Welcome back for the last part of Excel what if analysis. As I have mentioned before, this is a little more advanced chapter, so you may need to watch the videos a couple of times, pause, delete the spreadsheets, try without the videos so that you have the perfect understanding, and I'm sure you will. It just needs a little bit of work. So, we have reviewed one variable and two variable data tables, how to create these and why are they so useful. We have also looked at the algorithms on how to create these, and on the last video we reviewed how to create a goal seek what if analysis scenario, which was great because we could work a problem backwards, like the savings problem that we wanted to save $30,000, and we said, how much money am I gonna need to save every month if my goal is $30,000 at the end of 3 years? And here's the set of steps which you also have in the PowerPoint in your course documents on Blackboard. So at this point we are at the last part of the what if analysis, which is the scenario manager. And the scenario manager enables you to define multiple scenarios of a specific story. Let's say the story is your expenses every year. I do this all the time. I have my expenses for the current year, and then I project the increase in, it's usually an increase, it's almost never a decrease, in the things that I have to pay for next year, my bills and grocery and all that. And I also project my salary increase. And then based on that, I may have multiple scenarios because I'm not sure how inflation is going to work and how things are going to work out. So I may have multiple scenarios, and I may have a need to keep track of this. And the scenario manager is a tool that is very helpful, and it's really good to do these types of things. The scenario is takes a set of inputs, like for example my different types of expenses, and determines possible results. For example, how much money I can save every month the next year based on different scenarios, whether we may have high inflation or low inflation. And the scenario manager is a nice way of give us a nice way to keep track of this. So here's the algorithm for the scenario manager, and of course all of this is theory until I do a nice example. And here we've got our budget that I was talking to you about. This is the 2012 actual expenses that I have, and these are the projected expenses. So as you can see in the projected expenses, and I can do Control tilde and show you the formulas, the projected expenses include the original price multiplied by an increase, the expected increase for my rent, the expected increase for my electricity and gas, and so on and so forth. So we multiply the original price that I'm paying with the expected increase, and that's in $800, for example. If I have a 2% increase, that would be $2. So in the end, I'm going to be paying, it's going to be $16, and in the end, I'm going to be paying the original price plus the percentage increase, 816. So Control tilde. That is just a simple calculation. You could do this anytime. I know you can do this. And you could do this anytime with simple multiplications, and of course Excel in calculator mode, which is starting always with the equal sign. Now here's the deal. Let's say that there's different increases that I'm thinking that there may exist next year, okay? Maybe next year we may have a higher increase. So I'd like to have a higher increase scenario and a lower increase scenario, and see how much money I will have remaining depending on the scenario. So how can I do this? Well, data, what if analysis, scenario manager. Based on the steps, I am now on the third step. I'm gonna click add to add a dialog box. So still a great algorithm and a great set of steps that definitely will work with any scenario analysis that you'd like to do. So scenario name, let's see, next step. Next step, enter a meaningful name. So let's have a meaningful name here. Scenario name could be high increase. And this high increase should not prevent any changes, and click OK, and then I would like to enter the values of the changing cells. So going back, let's see. Okay, so the scenario name will be a high increase. And the cells that I'd like to change are not only going to be C2, see, I omitted a step. After the meaningful name, I have to enter the input cells for the scenarios in the changing cells box. So in my changing cells box, I may have multiple cells that I want them to change. Let's say I want all of these cells to change. I want E6, E up to E9 to change. Let's do this again because you saw that I already have some text. So E6 up to E9 should change in this high increase scenario. So now I get another dialog box and I'm going to go back to my steps. Click the comment box to display your name and enter the input cells, okay. And then I get this nice scenarios box, and then in this scenarios box that I have in my Excel spreadsheet, I can say that E6 should change to high increase if I apply this scenario, and everything should be higher since this is a high increase. So I should have a 4% increase in my rent, that's E7, and I should have a 5% increase in my electricity and a 6% increase in my water bill. And I could also add another one just for practice, low increase, and then by changing the cells again these, and then do not prevent changes, allow the changes, and then in the low increase I should change the title to low increase, and then everything should be lower, like 1, and let's say 3 and 3, and click OK. So now let's say I want to see the high increase scenario. I can go to my scenario, or I can always close that, go back, scenario manager, still the scenarios are there. I can go to show the high increase. Now if you see, the high increase was the scenario where I was changing the title to high increase and changing the increases in my increase assumption rates to 4, 5, 6. The prices change, the remaining balance becomes lower. If I go to the low increase and show that scenario, everything changes to a lower one. If I would like a summary, I can use the summary, and then, if I would like to actually show everything, I can have this summary and then scenario summary, and then click OK to that, and that's where I wanted to get us to. So now here I have all of my scenarios. I have the current values, the low increase, and then the high increase, low increase. I lost my expected increase scenario. I can still go back and add it. You So you could do this as a practice, but you can see that this generates a nice new scenario summary worksheet where I have all of my scenarios that are in the scenario manager. So I've lost the expected increase because I didn't save that expected increase, but I have the other two scenarios. So that is perfect. At this point, we have reviewed the whole what if analysis block. So the last part will be a small recap, remembering what we learned in the what if analysis, and then a small quiz. So now you have a well-rounded knowledge of Excel, and I look forward to you sharing your experiences on how you used your knowledge in Excel in different classes. I'd love to hear your experience, and that concludes our what if analysis and all the new Excel chapters, all the new Excel-ish that we've learned so far. So I will see you later.